I do, but I don't. Let's talk about why marriage still matters in our community. I've noticed that we have way more unwed baby showers with working Wi-Fi than we have wedding receptions with successful marriages that have working communication, which has been the downfall to a lot of marriages or lack thereof in our community. And I know I'm not the only one that has noticed that. Let's talk about the truth that we whisper at weddings, but we scream in divorce court. I do, but I don't know how to make it work. And I understand because a lot of us haven't seen the best examples when it comes to marriage. Too many of us grew up watching marriages that look like survival with a lot of conflict, compromise, and quiet suffering. So much to the point that when we hear the word marriage today, we flinch and we run away because we don't know what to do in marriage. Am I the only one that's noticed that? Now, the state of relationships in our community, where the cohabitation of marriage is not always the best. And I know it's not just us, but we know the problems in our community, and I know I'm not the only one that has noticed this. But I understand the challenges that we face. But when marriage is rooted in healing, purpose, and respect, it is the greatest institution we can have in our community, and it's what we need as part of the missing piece to our community's restoration. And tell me I'm wrong, because our community is in shambles because of the lack of solid marriages. Marriage is not just a contract. And I know some people going to come in here shouting me down about contracts. I know all about contracts. I sign them all the time. It's all about who you sign that contract with and picking the right person to go into that contract with. And from what I've noticed, a lot of y'all pickers is off out here in these streets. Marriage is also a covenant that creates stability for our kids, creates wealth for the next generation, and also a safe space for us, husband and wife, to be fully transparent, fully human, to be soft, strong, scared, and seen, all in the covenant of marriage. And some of y'all gonna come in here saying marriage is a prison. Yeah, if marriage was a prison, choose your warden wisely. Yeah. Marriage is not a prison. It's supposed to be parole from all the generational trauma that we've seen and experienced. And if you were to change just this one word right here, choose your wife or husband or partner wisely, marriage can be a beautiful thing in our community. According to the CDC and Pew Research, married couples have better health, they live longer, and are more financially secure when they pick right and build together. But I want to point something out here. As you can see, the marriage rates here from the 1900s to 2018. It's been a steady decline. But I want to show you this peak here where around about civil rights, if you go down and look at the bottom, you'll see that time frame. That is around the civil rights time when we as black folk were most married in mass number during the civil rights. And look what we were able to accomplish as a people when we were married. And now look at what's happening in this world and in our communities. Am I the only one that's noticed that? Yeah, we know how to say I do, but somehow we seem to forget how to say I'm sorry. And that's how your forever turned into 5 years, and now you sleeping in your car or under a bridge. And we see every day what's happening in our community with young men that look like me that don't have family units together. And here's an example. Here is the percentage of children born into wedlock parents, and look at where we are. Black, we're the lowest of all of these. Feel free to pause and take a screenshot for your own reference and edification. And continuing, feel free to pause and take a screenshot here. The blue line represents 2 parents, and as you can see, that is slowly declined. The red line represents single parents, and as you can see, that is steadily increasing. And in our community, we wear that with a sense of pride. And you wonder why the state of our community is where it is. Because we can't build legacy if we can't even get together. A lot of our relationships are always dealing with unresolved conflict that eventually leads to the end of that relationship. And some think the state of marriage in our community is outdated, and I'll be the first to say that it's not. It's the broken examples that we look up to that are. All these celebrities and other people that can't keep it together to save their lives is who we want to pattern our marriage after. That's part of the problem. Because when black love is healthy, whole, and humble, it becomes the strongest institution we've ever built in our community. So let's stop fearing the commitment of marriage and prepare for the covenant of marriage that protects our peace, raises our children, and secure our future as we restore our community one marriage at a time. Hope y'all got something out of this one. See you soon. Peace and blessings.